Yeah, and speaking of playoffs, I want to do our quick, rapid, almost just like tell me who you think's gonna win Saturday games, Sunday games, and then we'll wrap it up. But so let's start with the Saturday games, and we'll go Hank, and then we'll go Tom, and then I'll give my prediction as well. So let's start with the Colts at Bills. Hank, who do you got?
I have the Bills winning this one, and I don't think it's going to be very close. Buffalo is low-key the hottest team in the AFC. I
Yeah,
really don't see too many scenarios to where the Colts are winning. Give me the Bills.
Tom.
Ditto. I'm going to go with the Bills. I just want to say, though, Jonathan Taylor, great performance on Sunday. And then their defense is really good, too, led by Darius Leonard. I would not be shocked if there's an upset here. I don't think they're going to run all over them. I think it's going to be a very, very close game. I think Josh Allen's going to have a really good game, and you have to take Indianapolis out of their element, which is running the football and keeping the game lower scoring. The Bills need to do that to win comfortably. That's the question. I think the Bills secure this game, though.
Absolutely. I think we are 3 for 3 here. I'm also going with the Bills. I am riding the Bills bandwagon right now, like hardcore. Not just the fact that they are technically a New York team. I like to see New York succeed. Definitely going with the Bills here. Josh Allen has proved us all just like that. He is so capable. And I think this is a totally different Bills team than last year's playoffs. We saw them struggle a little bit. Josh Allen was a little bit shaky. It was his first time. It was all new. This time, I think they're more experienced. They have Stephon Diggs, and I'm seeing them in the AFC Championship with Kansas City. Okay, next game is Rams Seahawks. Hank.
This is a tough one. I think this one I'm going to say is much closer. I think the Rams, we know that historically they're pretty good against the Seahawks, like even dating back to the bad years when they were in St. Louis. But with that having been said, I still think Russell pulls one out. It's going to be a close one. I'm going to say 23-20 in overtime. Give me the Hawks.
Nice. Tom?
It was reported today that it will be a challenge for Jared Goff to play against Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
They will be playing in Seattle. It's easy. I'll be honest with you. It depends. If Cooper Kupp plays, I think John Wolford could win this game against Seattle. I'm not impressed with Seattle's defense at all. I'm a lot more impressed with the Rams defense. I think if Goff plays, the Rams definitely win. I'm going with the Rams here by a slim edge. I am not impressed with Seattle. I think Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf, Chris Carson, those are the guys on that team. And you look at Seattle's defense, it's just not good. If you can control the clock with Cam Akers, Malcolm Brown, Darrell Henderson, if all three of those guys play, Seattle's going to have trouble getting Russell Wilson on the field. And remember, there's really no home field advantage without the fans. So give me the Rams in an upset by 3.
All right. Okay. It's fun. I like when you guys are going to be competing against each other, so I could be the tiebreaker. So I am going to go with the Seahawks only because I have completely lost all respect for the Rams after they lost to the Jets. Also because of the fact that Jared Goff may not play. He just had thumb surgery. Not great. I think that I agree with the fact that they are going to be very close. I mean, we've seen these teams go at like head to head with one another and have it be very, very close. But Russell Wilson has, with DK, and DK is such a monster that I'm just like, I find it so hard to bet against them. I know that, the Giants did beat the Seahawks while in Seattle. But like you said, Tom, there's no home field advantage here. There's no 12th man in Seattle anymore. But regardless, I am going to go with the Seahawks on this one, but it is definitely going to be close. And then finally, the last Saturday game will be Bucs at Washington. Hank, who you got?
Give me the Bucs. I'm going to straight up say it. Gets the point. Yeah. I think the Bucs are going to win by a few touchdowns. I mean, let me put it this way. How on earth can I pick against the GOAT? Like, again, against a team that won 7 games. And as we mentioned before, when talking about that snooze fest on Sunday night, how can I have any confidence looking in Washington? They did not look great.
Absolutely.
I like the Bucs' chances, but somehow I wouldn't be shocked if they overlooked Washington and it became close, but no, Bucs. Tom Brady. Can't bet against him.
Tom?
The last 2 7-win teams to reach the playoffs have each won a playoff game. We saw the earthquake game in 2010 with Marshawn Lynch, and 2014, a Ron Rivera coach team that the Panthers were able to win a game. However, the Bucs are playing their best football of the season right now. Leonard Fournette and Antonio Brown have been 2 good additions to them. They're too talented. Tom Brady's not going out in round 1 again. Give me Tampa, but I disagree with Hank. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think Ron Rivera is going to keep it close. We saw what Chase Young did against pretty much this whole season. Chase Young, Montez Sweat, Ryan Kerrigan, whoever it is, that Washington defense scares me. This game is definitely on upset alert, but I have Tampa Bay winning.
Yeah, 3 for 3 again. Going with Tom Brady on this one, partially because of the fact of us seeing that game last night against the Eagles. Washington did not win that game. Eagles lost it. That's just what happened. And yeah, Tom Brady, he is so amped. He is so stoked to be on a different team. He's so stoked to be in the playoffs again. And the fact that his former team is not in the playoffs for the first time in 11 million years. So I'm going to go with the Bucs here. Tom Brady is in his element. He's working with it. We've seen him connect with Antonio Brown now a few times and look like stellar. So I'm definitely going with the Bucs over Washington here. All right, then we have 3 Sunday games. We have the Ravens at Titans. Hank, who do you got here?
This is a coin toss for me because you got 2 11-5 teams. The last game they played, very close one. And you know what? I'm going to be a bit bold here. I have a weird feeling the Ravens might win this one. I think Lamar Jackson probably might go on his little revenge tour. I think they probably have last year's game on their minds. I'm not saying this with 100% confidence, obviously, but what I will say is I think it probably comes down to a late field goal. I'm going to say the magic leg of Justin Tucker will lead Baltimore to a last-second win. 27-24, give me the Ravens.
All right, Tom?
Lamar Jackson can't win a playoff game. He's going to keep getting this criticism until he finally does it. He lost to the Titans last year. He lost to them in the regular season again. Now, granted, the Titans defense is not as good as it was last year. They lost some key pieces, including one of our guys now, Logan Ryan. But I have Tennessee winning this game. Derrick Henry is going to control the clock. I like Mike Vrabel as a coach more than John Harbaugh. I think Vrabel's going to find a way to win this game and advance. Give me Tennessee.
I'm going with you, Tom, on this one. I'm rooting for Tennessee only because we have seen them in terms of Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill and him love doing the fake off where they look like they're giving it to Derrick Henry and everyone just comes in on Derrick and they're like, he's got it and we need everybody to stop him because he's so good at running. And then all of a sudden you just see Tannehill going around the entire group of people. So while that is something that obviously the Ravens can look out for, I'm going with Tennessee here. We saw Lamar Jackson choke in the playoffs last year. While he's doing some great things recently, this team in the beginning of the season didn't look all that great to me. And I'm going with Tennessee here. All right, Bears at Saints. Hank.
Give me the Saints. Saints blowout. Chicago, again, they snuck in. They backed into the playoffs. They got smothered by the Pack at Soldier Field, and they were very mediocre. I don't know how they got into the playoffs, but give me the Saints blowout.
Yep, Tom.
Give me the Saints, regardless of what their running back situation is on Sunday with Murray, Kamara. I think since they play on Sunday, Kamara can play as long as he gets cleared. So I'm going to go the Saints. Again, this is a playoff game, so I don't know if it's going to be a blowout, but this probably, in my opinion, has the biggest potential blowout written on it. I just don't think Mitch Trubisky and the Bears are going to be able to respond.
Yeah, no, I think it would have been a different story if the Bears ended up beating Aaron Rodgers on Sunday, but that didn't happen. And like you said, Hank, they kind of were smothered into the playoffs here. Definitely going with New Orleans here. There have been talks of Drew Brees possibly retiring this year. I don't see Drew Brees going into this game saying like, oh yeah, it's just another playoff game. Like for him, this is his last leg here, and he wants to go out on top. And just with that alone, I think that the Saints are going to win. And even with their running back situation, I don't see them having any problem, even with the Bears defense, which is very, very good. Their offense is not fantastic. So I don't see them putting as many points on the board. So I'm also going with the Saints. Finally, we have the Browns at Steelers, what we were talking about before. So Hank, final game, what do you got?
I think I kind of hinted at this earlier. I do think Cleveland will make this a very close game. I think the familiarity is going to set in. But with that having been said, I still think Pittsburgh in the end pulls away and wins kind of a close one. I say maybe by a touchdown or two. Give me the Steelers.
Yep, Tom?
The Browns have had the second best offensive line in football this year. Great running back duo in Chubb and Hunt. I think if they're able to stay on the field, they have a shot. But Pittsburgh's defense, again, I know they're banged up, but they still have the experience factor and the coaching factor. So give me the Steelers.
Yep, I 100% agree. Going with the Steelers here, while the Browns have impressed me this season, I have the Steelers with this one. I think that after last week, they won't let them come out on top again. I think that 2-point margin definitely could have, if they had just a little bit more time, I think they would have gotten down the field, kicked a field goal, won that game. But yeah, definitely going with the Steelers here. In terms of the Steelers getting farther than that, I'm not entirely sure, but give me the Steelers. So that is our playoff predictions for this upcoming weekend. Saturday and Sunday, we'll be watching games. So